Like, I mean, honest to God, like if it's Pride Month, then what the fuck is gay about it? It's literally it just can't sit out.
If it's Pride Month and your homie comes on to you, and you decide,
and you're both wearing socks.
You're wearing socks, and you just decide to fuck him. Then it's not gay because it's Pride Month.
That's true. I didn't think about it that way.
It nullifies the gayness of fucking your homie.
PEMDAS.
Right, and it's also you have to say no homo. That's also important.
And white socks too. It can't be black socks.
Right.
Welcome to My Wife Left Me podcast. I'm Kevin, and we are joined here today by Sean.
Hello.
You do that every week.
I do that every week. Just a little casual.
Hello.
Just a little casual.
And Pat, MrStarfish.
Starfish, I'm here.
How are we doing, guys?
We're gaming.
Gaming. You say that. You say it every. Bro, this man says that.
You know why? Because the gaming never stops.
No, you gotta respect the gaming grind.
You gotta respect the grind.
And the gaming doesn't stop because it was E3 this past
That's
week.
true.
Yes.
You like the segue?
Yeah, I was gonna say good segue.
You like the segue. So we're gonna go in order by press conference here, and EA started, and they showed off Star Wars Fallen Order, which is the Respawn single-player game coming in the fall.
Right.
Looked pretty sick, honestly. What do you guys see about it?
Definitely.
It looks really interesting. I mean, the engine that it runs on looks super.
Do you know what engine it is?
I have no idea what I honestly couldn't tell you.
I mean, Respawn makes good games. It is shocking that they made a single-player game because they've really, back since COD.
Right, yeah.
They've only made multiplayer games than Titanfall.
True.
But the action looks sick.
It looks fucking sick. It reminds me of what was that Star Wars games like Force Unleashed?
Yeah.
Force Unleashed 2. Those
it
games
does.
were sick, but they were lackluster in the story. Gameplay was awesome, and it reminded me of like a futuristic, like way better, like polished game.
And I'm glad it's not like a Skywalker too, like that. It's its own thing.
It's like a standalone character, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I did nothing really else from EA. They didn't have a press conference, so they didn't really have that much. But going into the Microsoft conference, they announced Game Pass Ultimate, which if you know what Game Pass is, that's like basically Netflix for games.
Mm-hmm.
That's $10 a month. Now the Game Pass Ultimate has Game Pass and Gold for $15 a month, and actually comes out the same as getting Gold and Game Pass.
Mm.
So it's $180 a year with Game Pass and Gold, and $180 if you have the Ultimate.
Right.
So it is kind of weird that there is no discount with that, but
right, yeah.
What the fuck?
I guess if you want to converge your subscriptions,
and just make them into one, I guess it makes sense.
The big thing with the Microsoft conference was Cyberpunk 2077.
Right, of course.
That was, I mean, I'm super pumped for that game. Like when that comes out, dude.
I haven't heard like one bad thing. So
Blade Runner the game, like just sign me up, dude.
Yeah, that is fucking badass. It looks sick. I saw like a 45-minute video of like a walkthrough a couple months back, and I'm excited to see. Hopefully, by the end of the summer, we can see. I don't know, probably just more gameplay.
They haven't shown that much gameplay.
Yeah,
they did it like a very little bit. I really like. I just love games when you attack someone, you see like damage points. Like just a random thing. Like in Borderlands or Destiny, you shoot someone and you see like points of damage come up, and that's a thing in this game. Very small thing I'm into.
Yeah,
but out of how big of like an expansive single player game this is, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's CD Projekt Red, so they did Witcher 3, one of the most expansive single player games we've had. I did see that apparently you can go through the entire game without killing somebody in Cyberpunk.
Really?
Shit.
So, I mean, interesting. They're giving, different ways to play.
Yeah, that is cool.
But the big thing was Keanu Reeves coming out.
Yeah. Right, of course.
Keanu Reeves reveal that he's in the game.
That was
dope.
That was fucking wild because I watched an interview and they asked him like a year ago to join, and this game's been in development for however many
kept
fucking
it
years.
secret because nobody really knew.
No, and then they asked him to come along a year ago, which is weird. How like they just incorporated him so late into the game.
I guess because he was relevant and he was popular might be the reason.
People were like trolling and saying, "Can you marry Keanu in the game?"
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
pretty
funny.
sure you can pick your gender because like the video I watched before, V was a chick and now it's a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was only a girl, but
yeah, now it's a dude, which is
or not only a guy. I don't know what I'm saying. But when Keanu came out, he goes
a little heated.
He starts to give his talk about the game and whatnot. And he goes, this world is breathtaking. And someone shouts out and goes, "You're breathtaking." And then Keanu goes, "No, you're breathtaking."
Amazing.
Yeah, it was cool for what it was, but this fan that shouted this out, CD Projekt Red offered him a free collector's edition of the game.
What's
so instead of just being like, oh yeah, cool, like he's like a streamer or whatever, but not a big one. Instead of just saying, yeah, he denies the collector's edition and says, instead, I want CD to buy a go-kart for Children's Hospital. So a go-kart is basically like this cart that wheels around video games at children's hospitals where kids can play games.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's cool and all.
Yeah.
But
No.
it costs them $3,500. So they were willing to give him a $250 collector's edition. And then he's like, no, make this go-kart for $3.5K. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, no, we're not going to do that. Like, obviously they're going to say, yeah.
In a shitty spot.
He basically strong-armed them, yeah.
I mean, it's like, for a second, it was cool that he like wants it to go towards something better, and it's kind of selfless, but it puts
the price,
in a weird position.
And the fact that he's like, no, I won't take something that you.
Yeah, he denied it.
Yeah,
it's like it's a free thing.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's like, the other thing about this too is this is gonna make people want to like shout out more.
Yeah.
But so he's on Twitter, and he changes his Twitter name to whatever his name is, Peter Breathtaking and quote Sark. So he's like running with this whole breathtaking thing, and he's like hashtagging be breathtaking, hashtag you're breathtaking. Like
he's riding it.
He's right, and he thinks he's like a celebrity now. So he posted DMs with CD on his Twitter because people were giving him shit, being like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're being kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And so CD responds to him and says, of course, we can also go ahead with your idea. Cool move. Keep in mind, he posted this out. He responds, I'd really appreciate that. My sister passed away at 17 from leukemia in 2007. She used to stay at a children's hospital in LA. I would take my Xbox to her room to play. I'd love to give back to the hospital that showed us love when my parents would sleep next to her for months. Unfortunately, she didn't make it, but I love supporting them always when I can. And CD responds, sorry to hear. We're happy to help. Let's stay in touch. And then he posts that out and says, and captions it like, see, I'm not strong-arming them. Like, it's going to be a tax deductible anyways if they spend that money on that. Like, it seems so disingenuous when you say that and then you post it out. It's like you're trying to make people feel like, like
feel bad.
Yeah, it's so weird, dude.
That is
like,
a very weird situation.
Yeah,
that is odd as fuck.
I mean, he'll be irrelevant in a fucking week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Chewbacca lady. Where, like, remember that lady that had the Chewbacca mask and she was, like, laughing and shit?
I don't remember that.
I know what you're talking about.
And it was just the dumbest thing, and she like, blew up, and she was on talk shows and shit.
What the
like,
fuck?
Yeah.
And she, like, thought she's a celebrity. I know, I've listened to some people's podcasts where they say, like, she's a giant, like, prick. In person.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what H3 said in the past as well.
But, I don't know. Fuck that guy. Like, he's just milking that for some reason and, like, trying to make himself into a saint. I don't know why. He's super weird.
Fucking knows?
Don't give him attention, though. Like, hashtag be breathtaking. Like, shut up.
Be breathtaking.
The other thing, too, is, like, Keanu's nice where he's going to respond to, like, somebody saying that.
Yeah.
Most presenters would, like, laugh it off and be like, whatever.
Yeah, right.
The fact that Keanu, like, responded to him, he, like, thinks that he's some, like, god or something. It's really weird. They showed off the Outer Worlds trailer.
So that's, like, a better fucking...
It's by Obsidian, which is owned by Microsoft now. But
like
this
will No Man's Sky.
It's kind of like Fallout and BioShock. It looked like.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like Fallout.
Yeah, you have like abilities and stuff.
I mean, Obsidian did New Vegas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's Microsoft owns Obsidian now, but this will still be a multi-plat game.
Okay.
So it's an exclusive. But the future games they make will be exclusive.
That's cool.
So I'm pumped for that. That's this year. We also need to mention Cyberpunk is next year in April, which sucks. I was hoping it'd be this year.
At least they take time on it to make it better if they need to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Minecraft Dungeons was released. I remember Neff and I were in the party, and we saw Minecraft come up. And we were like freaking out. We were like, Minecraft 2, but it's just like a Diablo Minecraft.
Yeah, I saw.
It looked interesting.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, you know what Diablo is, right? Yeah. It's just like a
dungeon crawler.
Dungeon crawl, yeah.
It looked, I mean, I'd play it.
Yeah.
But it's not something I'm like super excited for. I think that is this year.
Weird.
And then a trailer which I was super pumped about it's this dude running through the woods, and he has this dog. I thought it was Alan Wake 2 at the time.
Yeah.
And then I saw someone like standing in the corner, and I was like, Blair Witch. And it's a Blair Witch game. So it looked almost like Outlast kind of with the camera.
Right.
And like it was kind of like time loopy kind of.
A little bit.
From what I got in the trailer, but I'll definitely fucking play that when that comes out.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. They showed off a 12 minutes trailer, which Sean and I watched that trailer today. It's basically like an interactive thriller. And it's this dude stuck in a time loop
with his wife.
And like, yeah, and he's like getting murdered or something every 12 minutes
by a hitman.
That
looks like the one from the game, like bald head, like tuxedo.
And then so he's like talking to his wife, saying like stuff like that he shouldn't know at that time, trying to like convince her. That looked really good. It's like an indie game, but
sounds pretty.
It looks like a lot of different ways that you can like go about it as well.
And sounds really cool.
Yeah, a cool thing in the trailer too. The first door that opens up in the room, if you watch it, it shows the carpet, and the carpet is the Shining carpet.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting.
That's pretty cool.
But it was kind of like noir kind of vibes with it.
Yeah, it looked cool, though.
Gears 5, that's this year in September. They announced an escape mode, which is basically horde mode, but you're infiltrating the horde's base, and you're like setting a bomb and then getting the hell out. And apparently people will be able to make their own bases, so it's like flexible or whatever. I mean, that's interesting. Yeah. I do like the horde modes and Gears. They didn't show much single player, like any at all, really. But
yeah, we got to finish that fucking story.
Yeah,
I need to play 4.
I mean, we could
it wasn't
all play
bad
4
by any means.
Is it 3-player?
Yeah, you can play 4 up to 4. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm down.
All right,
all right.
right now.
Let's go right now. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back.
All right.
They announced a Gears Funko Pop mobile game. You excited for that?
So excited.
Dude, that looks like shit.
Oh, no kidding.
Like, they showed gameplay of that for like a minute, and like, what the fuck? It was so strange.
Fucking horrible.
You like mobile games? They're my favorite.
Yeah. What, you guys don't have phones?
You don't like games on your phone?
I love games on my phone. They also announced Elden Ring, which is the new game from Software. The big thing with that, though, is that it's co-written by George R.R. Martin, which wrote the Game of Thrones books.
That's fucking sweet.
That's a big thing. I know Neff was losing his fucking nut over that.
And it's also with Hidetaki Miyazaki, which is the head of FromSoft.
But does he do all the games?
Yeah, no, he does. But I'm saying, like, it's important that FromSoft is working on this game.
I did say FromSoft, my guy.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I was just saying his name.
Fucking idiot.
I missed.
You like... All right. So, yeah. I don't know. You're the FromSoft man. You got
yeah, I mean, the only little bit that I saw about it was that it was, like, an open world game. And, like, with the Dark Souls engine.
Like, open world game, you got me there. Like,
yeah, I mean,
game, you got me
it's
there.
probably going to be a next-gen game. And
especially with the Dark Souls engine, that's, like... interesting. Like they haven't like really done that. I mean, Dark Souls 3 was the last game they did in that style.
It seems like next gen games are going to be a lot of open world. So
I like that.
And then they announced xCloud, which is basically you being able to play games, like whatever games, your normal games on your phone, laptop, from anywhere, like through streaming, like basically game streaming.
Wow. So
you wouldn't need to bring your console to you know, if you were traveling or whatever. Bless you.
Thank you. That sounds pretty fucking cool.
It's
expensive.
So that comes out in October. I think it's free if you have an Xbox, but you can use your console as a server, which is good because less lag if you're, you know, not far from your console.
That's true.
Or you can use their own servers to do it.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds interesting.
Project Scarlet, which is the next-gen Xbox, they showed off a video. They didn't really show what it looked like or anything, but they were basically talking a lot about no loading times. It can do up to 8K, 120 FPS. And
we'll fucking see.
I mean, they said it's 4 times more powerful than the One X. So, and the One X can do 4K 60 without a problem.
They say a price?
No, I don't. Probably next year though. But holiday 2020 is when that comes out. And the launch title will be Halo Infinite, which they showed a cinematic trailer for that. Yeah. I think it was cinematic.
Yeah, it was cinematic.
Yeah.
It was like the dude in the ship, and then he finds Chief in space.
And Chiefs in his OG armor.
Mm-hmm. That was nice to see.
Mm.
I mean, hopefully they can make another good Halo game again because they fucking...
I mean, it seems like they're trying to go back to stuff they did in the originals because in the shot, you see the ring that's like fucking broken up and destroyed.
Halo.
Yeah, the ring. It's a ring
Halo.
I know.
Call it a Halo. Fucking non-gamer.
I'm a non-gamer.
You don't even play Halo, bro.
Yeah, I don't... What is Halo?
It's trash.
Yeah.
So that's basically it for Microsoft. They ended with Halo. Bethesda fucking sucked.
Go figure.
Yeah, the last.
It's getting disappointing.
I went in wanting some Starfield and Elder Scrolls, knowing that they both are next gen games, but they did show a trailer for both last year.
Yeah.
You would think they would give you some update. Nothing.
Love it.
But they did announce Fallout 76 shit, which was weird because people were cheering that.
You know they had paid actors.
That was
sure,
that was a big thing because we'll play a video later, but like people were screaming over everything, like mobile games, 76, like it was insane.
Yeah, no, it was definitely paid people.
It seems like Bethesda definitely paid. And Todd Howard came out,
of course,
and he announced nothing. All he did, he was like, "Yeah, we're still working on Elder Scrolls and Starfield," and he dipped.
Just like he does.
Yeah.
At least they announced the mobile games.
Well, yeah, there was a ton of mobile games. They had like 2 back-to-back. They talked about Commander Keen, which I didn't even bother looking into, but that's a mobile game coming out, so look forward to that. They talked about Elder Scrolls Legends, which we all want an Elder Scrolls game on our mobile phones, so
that's what everyone was asking.
They announced content for that coming the night of the conference, so that was amazing.
Shit.
Fallout 76 Battle Royale.
That's fucking cringy. That's like a bad dream.
Yeah, I was saying that the fact that this is what Fallout has come to is like beyond depressing.
Yeah, they showed like bosses and shit, and
it's like there's random like computer generated bosses that spawn. There's power armor. There's like nukes. It looked like and it's 52 player. I think.
Yeah, it was lower player.
It's not 100.
Wonder what that like fucking server's like on console.
But
I don't even want to know.
I mean, 52 is not that high.
I was about to say
100. They do 100 on PUBG and Fortnite.
Well, I'm saying from fucking Fallout's like Bethesda server.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
I would, but basically when they announced this, I was talking to Neff and I was like, so this tells me 76 was only made to make a battle royale.
Pretty much.
That's what's coming across to me.
Yeah. No, I'd say that's fair.
I mean, they did announce NPCs coming to 76, and they did announce some DLC and shit.
Only took them fucking how long to do it?
Yeah, I mean, this is a game where it should have been like a $20 entry as an early access. Like, it's not a $60 fucking game at launch. Like,
no,
it's ridiculous. But, I don't know. Final thoughts on that? I know that's like
fucking cringy.
I'm sick of the battle royales.
Who gives a shit?
Luckily, this was the only battle royale launch that I saw from the conferences. So, fuck Bethesda for even announcing one. But they announced Dragons in Elder Scrolls Online, which is the MMO game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like crazy that's still going.
I do like that. I played a little bit of it, but the thing with MMOs, you got to put so much time in to get to like the cool shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's cool. It's not really that big of a thing, though.
Yeah, it's just something, though.
One thing they did show, which was interesting, was this game, Ghostwire Tokyo, which is like takes place in Tokyo, obviously, so the setting is going to be sick. But the trailer, they showed like people just disappearing, like Thanos snapped away. And then like there was like monsters and shit, and like there was this one dude who looked like Ronan from fucking Endgame.
Yeah.
Coming out with like a bow and arrow and like just like doing magic and shit. Like it looked intriguing.
Yeah.
It was just a cinematic, but if you've seen the meme of the girl going like, "It's spooky,"
I have seen that.
Yeah, it was from that conference. So that was probably the most exciting thing I saw at Bethesda.
Yeah, it's fair.
That conference
Sounds pretty cool.
And then they ended with Doom 2. I like halfway through, I was like, there's no way they're ending with Starfield or Elder Scrolls, so I was like, they're ending with Doom 2, and then they did. It looks good.
I liked the first one a lot. A lot of people won't be hyped for it, but it's like a certain type of game.
It looks good, but
I mean, the stuff that they added looked pretty interesting. It looked like they're adding so much like movement, like shit. Because like that's like the whole point of the game is like how fast you move.
It's exciting, but we already knew about it, and I think we might have already had gameplay. So
they announced it at the last
E3. Yeah. They also did announce the new Wolfenstein game, which is cool. Those games are cool. I haven't played them.
Yeah, say MrStarfish likes those.
There's like his daughters, his twins,
and
it's co-op, which is sweet.
So we talked a little bit about the people screaming during this conference. So here's a video showing off this fucking guy just screaming the entire time. These paid people.
Yeah.
You were assassins in the Empire, adventurers in Tamriel, and survivors. A lot of us. And
jeez.
Thrilled.
Like, calm down.
More mobile games.
Over
games.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Look how obvious they make it.
A group of dragon hunting warriors you've seen in other Elder Scrolls games.
With the same fucking dude.
Yeah.
You'll see in August.
He's losing his fucking mind.
That'd be funny if they were doing it.
This poor guy.
It'd be funny if they were doing it like ironically. That would be fucking hilarious.
Presenters are like, what the fuck do we do?
And we'll see you in hell.
Jesus Christ.
So that brings up the dude getting rewarded for fucking screaming out during the Microsoft conference. Bethesda was after. You know, people were probably like, oh, if I scream out, maybe I'll get something from the developers.
True.
So that was another issue with the whole CD thing. Like, you're going to get fucking dickheads, like, trying to get shit.
Right.
And, like, screaming. But that was just ridiculous.
So fucking cringy.
Yeah! Dude, they were like, even, like, when they were announcing the mobile games, people were like...
Yeah.
Like,
like, more mobile games. Hell yeah. That's my favorite.
I love Commander Keen. I can't wait to play him on my iPhone Plus.
Give me more Elder Scrolls.
Legends, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So fucking
Bro, that was so troll when they announced Elder Scrolls Legends like a couple years ago.
I know.
People were wanting Elder Scrolls 6 and they were like, but here's a mobile game.
Isn't this good enough?
So, Ubisoft was the next day.
Ubisoft.
They announced Watch Dogs Legion, which is the third Watch Dogs game. I did play the first Watch Dogs and it was fun. Didn't play the second one. Basically, they showed off how you can, it looks like State of Decay like, where you can recruit anybody to the Legion.
Yeah, it's like you can play as anyone in the city.
That's what they're claiming.
Yeah.
That you can play as literally anybody in the world. Everybody's fleshed out with voices, everything. And you can just record it. And they kept showing like this grandmother.
I saw videos of that.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
But if it's just a visual thing, then...
But the only thing they're going off is that's their big thing.
Yeah, is that you can,
that you can be anybody, which I don't really, if I'm one person, I'm fine with that. I don't need to be 50 billion people.
Yeah, it's like the Lego games where you can just like change to like
anyone.
But,
yeah, and people had like permanent deaths. If you died with somebody, then you're done.
Oh, and you
had to, yeah, that's why there's like a Legion, you know?
Right.
So that was whatever. They announced a Rainbow Six co-op game called Rainbow Six Quarantine. Basically, it's not going to be multiplayer like PvP, like Siege is, but it's going to be co-op. So it showed like a zombie-like trailer where apparently it's going to be 3 people co-op and you're fighting like zombies. So they said what Siege is to PvP, their Quarantine is going to be to like co-op games. So that's in March of next year. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
New Ghost Recon Breakpoint with John Bernthal, which is the Punisher.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's the villain.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's interesting. They had a dog.
Yeah, there was a dog.
Yeah, a dog. That was cool.
I played a little bit of Wildlands, and it was fun, but you definitely need like co-op that shit.
Right.
And then they ended with Roller Champions, which was supposed to be competitor to Rocket League, or at least try to tap into that sports gaming market. It looked like shit. I mean, it was like a circle, and you roll around in the circle, like you know how they do. In, like, the Olympics, and you like throw balls through hoops. Like it looked terrible, dude.
Jeez. Yeah.
And there's a demo out now if you want to fucking play it, but didn't look good from the trailers. So, Square Enix was at night. Final Fantasy VII remake.
More remakes.
I don't really care. I don't care about the Final Fantasy games.
I know some people are excited about it because I'm pretty sure that's like a decent Final Fantasy. Again, I've never played any.
I mean, it's interesting because it's so old. Where if you look at the comparisons, that the graphics are fucking crazy. Now,
apparently, it's weird too because it could go off in like 2 separate like timelines. That's someone I was like watching. They were saying that where it could go into 2 different games.
Is Alex excited for it?
I don't know if he's played any of those before. Actually,
I mean, it was a super old game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is pretty old, yeah.
And then they showed off Avengers, which was the only thing I was interested in with Square Enix. Basically, it's by Crystal Dynamics, who did the Tomb Raider games, which I love. It looked... Honestly, I liked the trailer. They showed some combat in it. The combat looked sick. It almost looked like Batman, like, with, like, Captain America, like, throwing people down, like, smashing their heads in and shit, but... I mean, a lot of it was showing off the story where the Avengers failed, and they're going to build back up. You know, through the story. But the big complaint was that they didn't look like, you know, the counterparts in the movies. They didn't have the likeness of the movies.
Okay.
So people were complaining like, oh, it looks like the discount Avengers. Like, dude, it's a fucking game. Like, I don't care what they look. If the gameplay's good and, like, the story's good, they didn't look bad. It just doesn't look like Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing, Cap's suit fucking sucks.
Really?
If you saw it, he looks like he's in a SWAT uniform, but like it looks bad. I will say the Cap suit looks bad.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, they did. It does seem like Cap dies early because like in the trailer they showed like during Avengers Day, something blows up and like Cap runs to it, and then they don't show Cap ever again. So if he dies early, I'll be kind of pissed because I can't play as Cap. But
yeah, I was about to say plays as Ghost.
They did say there will be like co-op stuff like in the future, almost Destiny like, where you can team up. And they did say any more characters they bring to the game will be free. So I mean that's cool. At least there's more beyond the story, which will be cool, like raids and stuff. It sounds like that's May of next year. So we'll wait. Yeah, Crystal Dynamics, ones that did Tomb Raider. Then they ended with Nintendo, which I trolled Mr. Sean with.
Yeah,
we were going to the mall, and I was like, "Yo, Sean, Banjo's in Smash." You're like, "You trolling me?"
Yeah, I genuinely thought you were fucking trolling me.
I was like,
it's because so many people have like trolled in the past with like images of like random characters in Smash, like Master Chief, or like, you know, just dumb shit. Yeah. And I thought because Microsoft owned Rare that they wouldn't be able to, but then
they
you
have
told
a
me,
with Nintendo.
So it makes sense. But yeah, the trailer is also super troll. I don't know if you've seen the
trailer.
They showed like Duck Hunt and in the shape of Banjo and Kazooie.
Really?
And it's like Donkey Kong, Diddy, and King K. Rool, and they're like looking out a window and they see like the shape of Banjo, and then it pops out and it's Duck Hunt. And then like a couple seconds later, they're like all disappointed, and then Banjo and Kazooie drop in.
Okay.
So they like trolled the shit out of it, but it looks fun. They had like moves from the game already that I could see.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
And Dragon Quest, man.
Yeah, that I don't really know too much about. Apparently, it's super popular in Japan. My brother was telling me about it. I mean, it's another sword fighter to Smash, which is kind of like
so many.
But the thing is that it is cool, and they showed it in the trailer, and they're actually coming out before Banjo does. Banjo comes out in the fall. But they have like RPG like moves. So you know in like RPGs where you'll do moves and you'll be like your team here and then the other team across.
Yeah.
They have like moves where it'll say like, oh, they used like whatever, and then you can use that on like the person you're fighting. So that seems cool that you can like incorporate that into the game.
Okay, yeah.
So
they also announced Breath of the Wild 2, which is cool. I never played the first one, but it got great reviews.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Couldn't give a fuck.
I played the Animal Crossing games growing up.
I never played them either.
I just don't have a Switch.
Yeah. No, I mean, I never played them either, but at the same time, I know people are excited about it, so I figured it's worth mentioning.
And then Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remaster, I think.
Yeah, or it's a remake, I believe. I know people are really excited about that because that was a really good Legend of Zelda game.
So no Sony. Sony didn't have a conference. They were too busy sucking their own cocks like last year.
Yeah.
When they were playing the fiddle or whatever the fuck, moving people mid-conference. That was the weirdest. If you watched the 2018 Sony conference, that was so strange. Did you hear about that?
No.
They went to a Last of Us room. They brought the crowd in. They showed like gameplay of Last of Us, and then they threw back to a panel to talk about it while they moved the entire crowd to another room where they went to it, and then this dude's playing the fiddle for like 5 minutes.
What? I didn't know about this.
Oh my god, you gotta watch it.
That's so funny.
Like they were basically being like, "Oh, we're so good, like we can't do any wrong." It was the weirdest fucking conference ever.
Sony is such cucks, dude.
They were just sucking themselves off.
Yeah.
That's what it was. But so whatever. They didn't have a conference, so
who fucking cares?
We couldn't get a musical performance out of them. So since we're talking about E3, one of the biggest cringe moments was from 2017 with this guy Jesse Wellens from Prank vs. Prank on YouTube.
I know who he is.
You've seen this?
No, I know who he is, though.
Oh, my God. So, all right, this is the most cringy fucking thing ever.
What up, guys? Thank you for having me, EA. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jesse Wellens, and I am a YouTube creator. So I am here to talk about Need for Speed Payback. If you guys didn't know, Need for Speed Payback, yeah, it's a great game. But all right, all set aside, I'm a YouTube creator. Need for Speed Payback, it's coming out. I got my boy Marcus, executive producer here. He is the producer on the game. Thank you, Nick, for having me.
Hey, man. Thanks, Jesse. Obviously, we're really excited to tell everyone about Need for Speed.
Thank you, what?
He was like, I got my boy Marcus here. Thank you, Nick. Apparently, he didn't know he was on. Apparently, they told him you're on, and he thought he was on 10 minutes later. But I mean, he just fucking.
That's
all
not
he
a
had to
fucking
say.
excuse.
Unless he was reading off teleprompter, all he had to say was, "I'm Jesse. I'm a YouTuber. Here's Marcus." It seems like that's all he needed to do, but I mean, I feel for him. Like, that is super fucking cringy.
So funny, though.
But yeah.
Especially because he's a fucking prank channel on YouTube. That makes it like all the better.
That was 2017 too. That was like, he was like the first prankster to get like fucked by something.
Piece of shit, dude.
Sean has a story about himself blacking out. So take it away.
Couldn't be me.
Oh no. Not
the cloud. Just gotta throw it on for this. So this was like, I think this was a couple years ago. I was, a couple friends of mine were fucking, we were drinking. Go figure. And
Wait,
buddy,
but you're 21 now. So you're saying a couple years ago you were drinking, but you weren't 21?
No. Could it be me? No, I think this is like a year or two ago. But yeah, so we were drinking. A buddy of mine had just taken this mixology course and like finished it, so he knew how to make mixed drinks and all this other shit. And so basically, you know, there was you had to pay like a certain amount just because like it was for all the drinks total. So that was like, that's fine. And it was around St. Patrick's Day. So, you know, I went up there, had the Patty's Pub shirt, of course, you know, got to do it to him. And I was just like fucking just going the fuck in, like
slamming drinks.
Yeah. Cause like, again, like, cause my buddy was the bartender, like, cause they have a bar in their basement in their house. And so, like, you would just go up and just be like, yo, and they literally made, like, a menu. So you could, like, see all the drinks and see, like, what's in each of them and all this stuff. Yeah, it was super, cool. It was sick. But yeah, so, like, everyone's getting just, like, super fucking shit-faced. And, you know, like, it's around, like, probably, like, 2 a.m, right? And, like, there's, like, you know, most of the people are either, like, in bed or, like, kind of calming down or whatever. And it's like my buddy behind the bar, well, I'll just say his name, Joe. It was Joe. And because they don't care. I know none of them care. And so we're getting everything set up, or getting everything kind of like situated. And he's like, it's already like late enough in the night, so I'm just gonna like start joining you guys and just like I'm gonna catch up. So he's pouring like way more fucking alcohol than like before, just because he's like trying to get to our levels of fucked. Meanwhile, like we're still taking like shooters and like just going in.
Yeah.
And it's like 2:30 in the morning, and I just fucking like black out, dude.
It's GG.
I'm like, I'm out like a light, bro. Like I was, like I don't remember anything that happened after. Like I was probably like a couple shooters in, and like that word just makes me like nauseous to this day. It's just like this whole fucking.
You're scarred.
I really am.
Everybody has a scar from like drinking, where like it's me with brunettes.
Yeah.
You with shooters.
Shooters, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like the other thing that made me not feel as bad is like I know like a bunch of people got super fucked up that night. Like it wasn't just me. Like, and people like definitely got sick. And I remember I wake up in the morning, and I had my glasses on, so I woke up in the morning and I just can't see fucking shit. Mm-hmm. I have no shirt on, even though I was wearing a shirt the last time I remember.
Getting a little hot.
And I'm just like in this like recliner chair, just like chilling and
posted up.
Yeah.
And
like I knew where I was, like I knew the room I was in, but then there was someone that put like a mattress in there, like, and they were sleeping like with whoever they were with. And I'm like walking around seeing what everyone's doing. It fucking reeks in the basement, dude. It just smells like fucking vomit just because so many people got sick, including myself, which I found out when I was talking to everyone. So I'm like talking to like, my friends upstairs, and two of my buddies' like girlfriends, they both were like, yeah, we like basically like saved you from choking on like vomit in the middle of the night. Because apparently like they woke up to me, and I forget, my buddy Chet, shout out to Chet, he described the way that I sounded with like the vomit in like such a great way, and I can't remember the wording, but it was so fucking funny. He was like, something about the fact he was like it's like you were getting drowned and you were like trying to breathe.
Jesus
like
Christ.
I forget the exact thing, and maybe you'll have to correct me on that.
Good.
No, yeah. And so like they had to basically like make sure I wasn't like fucking like puking and like choking on my vomit in my sleep, like some Breaking Bad shit.
Yeah.
Like it was fucking
Kristen Ryder.
Yeah, exactly. It was fucking wild, dude. But yeah, again, I don't remember any of that shit. And in the morning when we were leaving, in the morning when I was leaving with a couple friends of mine, my buddy he just looked fucking terrible, and he looked like he was gonna get sick, and he had like a pillow with him, so he just takes the pillowcase, just pukes in it, and then while we're driving, just like chucks it out the fucking window, like in the middle of the highway.
Oh my god.
Bro,
it was rough.
It was a fucking shit show, but it was so funny, dude. That night is like so memorable up until that fucking point where I blacked out. Yeah, then I don't remember shit. But
you were forced to not remember anything by your body.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I remember getting sick. That's good.
Yeah, no, that was a huge fucking plus. But yeah, it was like fucking.
So
good thing.
Now we've told our blackout stories. Yeah. Mine last week, your this week. Maybe Pat, you can tell us next week.
Oh god, no,
a few.
So now our top 5 video games. Just a disclaimer. Basically, this is just our favorite games. So not like, not the best games of all time, but this is just our favorites.
Yeah, so your favorites may not be on here, but I mean, that's just our personal take on
feels
this
bad.
matter.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
Cry about it.
GG.
Cry about it. My honorable mention is Outlast. I love horror games. Outlast was amazing to play through. I mean, the ending's okay. I mean, it is supernatural how it ends, but I just really enjoyed the gameplay. It was simple yet complicated by like how difficult things were.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shout out to Little Nightmares. I was thinking about throwing that one in as my honorable mention, but Outlast for me.
Okay. Let's hear yours.
Am I going?
Okay.
Sean.
Oh, right. Switching up the order.
Let's hear it.
Oh, interesting.
Let's hear it.
So I kind of had 2 here because I was going to make one my number 5, but I wasn't really sure. So I was going to say the original Halo Combat Evolved. I I mean, I played the Halo games in kind of a weird order. I played the second one before I played the first one. I don't know why that happened. I think it was just like, I think we got it for Christmas or something, my brother and I, when we were younger. But I mean, the first Halo Combat Evolved, I mean, it's just so fucking classic. I mean, you know, it's Master Chief. It's, you know, everything you'd expect from a Halo game. The multiplayer was super fun. Pistols didn't suck.
It was the first really good shooter.
Yeah, and it was super, like, at the time, the graphics were, like, extremely good as well. Yeah, I mean, now they look like shit. And I mean, you know, but it's still a great game.
I was 8 when that came out.
Yeah, I was to say, we were really young.
We were 7, so yeah.
But the other one was Super Smash Bros. 64, just because the amount of hours that me and my brother put into that fucking game was insane.
What's your actual honorable mention? Halo?
Yeah, but again, I was just including both of those, as honorable mentions.
Just curious, because I'm making the graphic, Mr.
Yes, but Halo, Halo.
That's fair enough, So, my honorable mention, I'm going to have to go with Dead or Alive 4. So, such a fucking unique game.
Yes.
There's a 6th one's coming out.
Yeah, I was about to
I don't know when the fuck that's dropping. That maybe like September or something. But Dead or Alive 4, if you guys don't know, is a side-scroller fighting game, like similar to Mortal Kombat, except you can move like in a 3D realm instead of just side to side. Badass game, super fucking weird, super like unrealistic and out there, but it's just a good fighter. Like the only other one that I was really into aside from Mortal Kombat, and it was just so good. The amount of memories I have with you, just fucking around like 1 through 4. Yeah.
I remember playing Dead or Alive with you, going over to your house.
Yeah, I had the second and the third one are fucking fun as shit too.
And the chicks, we'd get little 5th grade boners over there.
You like their skimpy clothes.
I like skimpy. My number 5 is gonna be a shock. Hold your pantaloons. Hold them. Transformers: Fall of Cybertron.
No, I always was curious about the Transformers game.
Dude, the High Moon Transformers games, War for Cybertron, Fall for Cybertron, of Cybertron was really good. Campaign was amazing. Multiplayer was dope as fuck. Dude, transforming into a vehicle, like a plane, flying around a multiplayer map, transforming into a Transformer, and then fighting like combat.
That's pretty
It was
sick.
dope.
That's pretty fucking
It was I remember having so much fun with that multiplayer. And like the campaign was amazing as well.
Yeah.
I just love that game. I didn't play War, but Fall of Cybertron was my shit.
Yeah, I remember you liking that game when we were younger. Oh, right. I forgot it's me. I keep forgetting we're going in that order. It's fucking with me. So mine was Modern Warfare 2. I almost said 5.
You like the new one coming out this year is your favorite?
Modern Warfare 5.
My favorite.
Cut that.
I'm not cutting shit this week. So.
No, I know. Modern Warfare 2.
Surprised that's only your 5th.
Yeah, well, I was trying to include like, you know, favorite like multiplayer, because that was probably easily my favorite multiplayer game. As much anger as that game fucking has given me, there's so much joy as well, and like going for nukes was always like so fucking annoying but so gratifying when you pulled it off. Or just sniping in the game was just so fucking smooth. It was like the best sniping in my opinion in
the 1v1s.
in COD. Yeah, the 1v1s. I mean, Rust, fucking High Rise. I mean, so many good maps. This is a great COD.
Classic COD. I definitely agree. So my number 5, I'm going to have to do it to him. I'm going to have to go with Donkey Kong 64. So,
a classic.
So I'm going to go with Donkey Kong 64 because, weirdly enough, that was like basically like almost an open world game, dude. Like you had different like levels and everything, but like you could roam freely throughout all that shit. And you had all like the different Kongs you could play as. And that was the first video game I think I ever played. That was when my dad got us a 64 for Christmas. I don't know how fucking young I was. And this fucking small ass, like just 20-inch TV looked huge. And we were just fucking playing the 64 on it. And it was just such a good memory. So I'd have to say that. Another honorable mention, because I got to like throw this back, would be like Super Mario 64. Because that was just
I mean, that's a classic. I like Donkey Kong 64, except the backtracking can suck my ass.
It is.
There's
a lot of
so much backtracking you have to do because you need like certain characters to do certain things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's in any rare game as it is, but that just
I didn't have
I
a
like
64,
Donkey Kong 64.
So.
Imagine.
Oh, you're a little nerd.
I'm a nerd. My first was PS2, actually.
Yeah.
That was my first console. My number 4, again, hold your pantaloons. Hold them. The Wolf Among Us.
Really? Okay.
That game, dude, It makes me so sad. It honestly makes me sad that Telltale fucking crumbled.
Yeah.
Because they announced Wolf Among Us Season 2, but we'll never get it.
Yeah, I remember people being super disappointed.
Dude, I can't recommend this game enough. Like, it is a story-based game, but there are multiple endings. It is Telltale, so it's not really gameplay-driven, but it's story-driven. The music is fucking amazing in that game, and it's a noir. You're playing as the detective, which is like a wolf. It's basically like Disney, it's like Fable. Yeah, it's like Fable type characters. So Snow White's in it, that kind of shit. But it's like grown up and it's like noir like. Such a good such a good story. Like,
Boston is nuts.
I mean, I remember really liking even just The Walking Dead, like the first season.
It's the best Telltale.
Yeah,
it's the best Telltale game. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't think we were getting season 2 of it, and then they announced it. And then Telltale crumbles. Like it's literally devastating.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to say the least.
But I mean, the ending of Wolf Among Us, it's like one of the most where you're just like, what the fuck? Like it's that good.
Yeah.
You guys, I swear to God, you guys need to play this game at some point.
This man's gonna hold us.
That's like
play this fucking game.
Yeah, that's like that must be just like Telltale games in general. Because I remember the ending of the first season of Walking Dead was fucking super depressing as well.
It wasn't depressing; it was more shocking. But
well, yeah, I mean it's shock value.
The music, I mean, I can't fucking like.
Can you not recommend it enough?
The atmosphere of the whole game with the music, it was just amazing. But I love that game.
No, that's fair. Number 4. So this is kind of a mixed one. So my number 4 is Dark Souls 1 for sure. The more I've been playing 3, the more I kind of almost consider it pretty close to 1, honestly. But I still think 1 for me just holds like a special place because I mean obviously that was the first Dark Souls I ever played. You learn everything, all the fucking side quests you can do in this open world. I mean it's hard as shit. So there's a difficulty gap. I mean, I think the first one is probably the hardest. Really? I think 3 is a little bit easier. Yeah, because I think 3, with how smooth it runs, it's a lot more forgiving. But 1 is like you fucking, it's all up to you. I mean, I like 1, especially playing with other people. Like I've been talking about playing it with this man at some point. But yeah, Dark Souls is just a great fucking game. Just period.
What year did that come out? Do you know?
Dark Souls 1, that came out like around the time actually I don't know. I can look it up real quick.
While you're looking up, Pat, good.
So, number 4, I'm going to have to drop in on him with Hold Your Pantaloons. Okay. BO1. All right. Black Ops 1, I'm going to go with it. Not for the multiplayer. I'll say that off the bat. Multiplayer was super unique.
Agreed.
I knew Sean would agree. Like super unique with the credit system, the skins and the customization was sweet, but definitely not my top tier of multiplayer. What that game captured me by was its amazing story, voice actors, and just memorable ass stories. Just Mason the numbers, along with of course zombies, the ever expanding zombies. Like those maps were just incredible, and the fact that they brought them all back was also amazing. So BL1 for zombies and campaign for my number 4.
My number 3 is Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Oh no.
I think I do like the multiplayer a little more than you guys based on your reactions, but the zombies. Nothing else needs to be said more than like I had my childhood. Like in middle school, getting home, getting on Black Ops 1 zombies, just
nutting.
Playing it literally until you had to go to bed.
Yeah.
Sneaking out of bed to go play it more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we played that a decent amount as well. Yeah.
Again, the campaign was amazing.
Yeah, the campaign was really good.
That's probably one of my favorite campaigns of COD.
I did like the multiplayer. I enjoyed it. It probably wasn't as good. It's not as good as Modern Warfare, but
no,
I did enjoy the multiplayer. We would troll. Me and my friend would troll around in that multiplayer.
I mean, we would definitely troll as well.
Yeah,
but
it was
overall
as a game.
Overall, I think that might be the best complete Call of Duty game with co-op, single player, and multiplayer. I will make that take.
That is a bold statement.
Because with the Modern Warfare, the co-op are lacking on those games.
Yeah, but COD 4 only has multiplayer and single player, and that's like a fucking flawless game, basically.
I mean, you can make that argument.
Well, obviously,
but there is no co-op in that.
You're right, but I'm saying the only two elements that it does extremely well.
Yeah,
I won't argue that, but I'm saying as a
triple package.
Call of Duty now is co-op,
Yeah.
single player, multiplayer, and I think as that triple, it's the best.
Ghost.
So
yeah, Ghost.
Ghost.
Is
Yeah,
definitely
the campaign, extinction, and multiplayer.
for sure.
Amazing.
For sure. Yeah. So my number 3. Never would have
did you
guessed
look up
it.
when Dark Souls was?
Yeah, it was in the 2010s. It said.
Really?
That's when like all of them came out,
Wow.
basically 1, 2, and 3. My number 3. Never would have guessed it. Banjo-Kazooie for the 64.
Shit.
I mean, it's just a classic game. I never, as much as I played it as a kid, I don't honestly think I ever finished it as a kid, because even that game was like confusing for like a kid to fucking. Rare games in general are just like, it's for everyone, but like if you're like under a certain age, I feel like it's just like hard to.
Just hardcore porn and rare games.
No, just some of the shit is like extremely hard, like for a kid to figure out.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of secret shit. I mean, it's a great game. It's probably my favorite platformer, honestly. I mean, you know, all the moves that you learn throughout the game. I mean, the bosses aren't like anything crazy. I mean, the final boss is cool. And you have to do like a puzzle game with like all the different stuff in the game. It's pretty interesting, but yeah, I mean, Banjo. I mean, you both probably could have figured that one out.
No,
I figured it was going to be on there. So.
Yeah.
Never. So I'm gonna jump to the opposite spectrum of you. Different system and different timeline. God of War 4. So to my non-PlayStation gamers and to my
the PS4 God of War.
Yes.
Okay.
And what did I say? Did I say 4?
Hey, God of War 4. I was just clarifying.
It's just fucking called God of War, which is weird. It's literally called just God of War. There's no number or anything. So, but the most recent God of War, absolutely fucking incredible game. There's no multiplayer. There's no co-op. So it's like you could say it's lacking in those places. But again, for what it is and what it does, it is just amazing. Open world, free roam. You and your son, voice acting between Kratos and his son Atreus. The fucking graphics, the gameplay is unbelievably good. The skill trees are fucking fire. There's plenty of secret shit for you to find in the open world. Cutscenes flow flawlessly into gameplay, into a cutscene, and cinematics. Just absolutely fucking incredible game. If you're a single player gamer, definitely check this out. It's on the PlayStation. So fucking good.
I would 100% play that if I had a PS4. But
I'll
I do
fucking
not,
lend you mine.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so fucking good.
That game won Game of the Year, so
it
so
did one
good.
Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 starts with an S. Can you guys guess?
Smite.
Fortnite.
It is Smite.
Oh no!
It's third person MOBA. I've been playing this for almost 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you League of Legends or Dota fanboys like out there? Fuck off. Let me just say that. Fuck off. It's like super. Somebody explained it good. It's like Super Smash Brothers, but MOBA. Having it third person where you have to hit your skill shots. You don't just point and click from the top, from a top down view.
Yes.
Like fuck off. Now it's so much better. The gameplay is so much better than Dota and League. I've played League. It's amazing. The gameplay of it is amazing.
Yeah,
League is amazing. Yeah.
I mean, they have multiple different modes. I played it for God knows how many years now.
Yeah, I mean, you've gotten me into it over the past.
I've gotten Sean into it.
I mean, you've gotten
and
Mr. Fish into it.
Mr. Fish has somewhat gotten into it. I can't recommend the game enough. If you're interested in MOBAs and tactical PvP games like that, play Smite.
Free.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
League, dude. Fuck League. Top down shit where you got to point and click. Like, eat my ass, dude. That's the most boring fucking gameplay
Yeah.
you can ever get.
That's fair.
That's the end of my rant.
End of your rant.
Number 2.
So my number 2, Dead Space 1,
Hell yeah.
of course.
I need to.
I know your
finish
number
it.
1 is.
Yeah, Dead Space 1, dude. It's just no.
Oh.
Dead Space 1. I forget how old I was the first time I played it, but I remember just being scared shitless pretty much the entire first playthrough because.
Defense.
I mean, like, from the get-go, you're running down a hallway, running from these alien things that you have no idea what they are, and then you just barely get into an elevator, and one, like... Yeah, well, I know, necromorphs, yeah. But Yeah, it's just from like minute 1, it just goes like crazy fucking shit. I mean, the bosses in the game are kind of like, they're not really crazy. But I mean, the gameplay is solid throughout. I mean, the fact that you can beat the game using one weapon or all of them is cool.
Plasma cutter.
Yeah, I mean, the plasma cutter is just fucking amazing. Dead Space 2, I think, is pretty good, honestly. 3 is absolute dog shit.
Like when we tried to co-op that and stream that, and it was just, we just got to a point where we just couldn't advance.
It was impossible.
Yeah.
No, it's literally
so
impossible.
dumb. Dude.
Yeah, but Dead Space 1, fucking amazing. Absolutely play it if you haven't.
I need to finish that game.
Yeah, we'll need to like stream that because we were doing that before.
Yeah, we were.
All right.
So my number 2, I'm gonna have to go to classic Halo 3. So just for that time that it came out, it was a competitor with COD 4, 2 completely different games, just fan bases just battling constantly. Like, I remember one kid on Halo was like, I don't want to be shot in the toe and die, talking about COD, and it was just such a funny time to listen to those like different fan bases just argue back and forth. But Halo 3, between the story, the multiplayer, the story of replayability was getting all the skulls and shit too.
Yeah.
So the story to the fucking multiplayer to Forge, dude.
Yeah,
Forge was just so, that was so fucking original to be able to go into an editor
games,
mode. One of the first game I ever played that had an editor mode that I enjoyed. You could just fly around as the Orbiter and or the Oracle and just fucking edit shit. And it was just such a good game. So many good memories on that game, dude.
Oh yeah,
love it.
Halo 3 is amazing.
My number 1, Skyrim.
Understandable.
I put so many hours in this game. It's ridiculous. Me and my friend would play it. We would do the same shit at the same time. We would almost play it like it was co-op.
Yeah.
But we would just do the shit at the same time. Dude, I just put so much into that, so many hours into that game.
Yeah.
What was it? The Brotherhood? The Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, the Thieves Guild, all that shit.
It was I've never gotten into an RPG as much as I got into Skyrim. Even since Skyrim, I've never gotten into an RPG as much as I did Skyrim. But I would be like a bow and arrow character.
Yeah.
But I don't, it is what it is. It's an amazing game. So
you should definitely play New Vegas at some point as well, because that's another great RPG from Bethesda. So my number 1, Bioshock 1, of course. I mean, how could it be anything else but that for me?
Right,
I mean, I've played that game so many fucking times. It's just an absolute classic. I mean,
never played it.
Yeah,
I need to.
Yeah, just get the fucking collection.
Yeah,
just get the collection.
I'm up.
But yeah, Bioshock 1, it's kind of similar to Dead Space in my mind with the trilogy, because 1 and 2 are relatively strong. Again, I like Infinite, but it's like,
then you always say not a Bioshock game.
Yeah, it's like Fallout 4 for me. It's a good game, but it's not a good Bioshock game. They try to tie it in, not to get off topic, but they try to tie it in with, like, the lighthouse, which is a huge thing from the first game and the second game, but it just doesn't have the same feel, And I mean, even 2, it's like 2 is almost a little unrealistic because you play as a Big Daddy the whole game, so it's like nothing can really ultimately hurt you that much. But in the first game, you're just a fucking dude. You're listening to commands all game. You're being told what to do. It's just a fucking great game.
Killing splicers.
You've even talked about getting a Bioshock tattoo.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, at some point. I have one planned out, but
maybe in OC we'll get drunk as fuck and just get tats.
Yeah, it's like one on my ass cheek.
Yeah.
Get Sean's face on my asshole. Sort of my taint.
Sean's mouth would just be your fucking asshole.
Jesus Christ.
That's absolutely foul. But yeah, Bioshock 1, mine, absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say all 3 of ours are pretty far off, but they're all first-person games. Shooter.
I like the variety of this top 5.
Yeah.
This whatever you said, catalog or whatever the list you're gonna make is gonna be pretty sweet. So my number 1, you saw this coming, Sean, was Borderlands 2 for me. So my play style and my the type of games I like open world RPGs, just absolutely I fucking hate both of you.
I was just watching him out of the corner of my eye while I was saying that.
Fucking hate both of you. But it's just such an incredible game. Like the storytelling, the voice acting. A lot of people are critics of the graphics, but that I can't remember what the term is. But like for what it is, again, it's just
more cartoony.
It's a style. Yeah, it's a style.
I can't remember what that style of animation's called, but it's just so fucking good. The storytelling, the comedy in it is funny as shit, and the action. It was the first big shoot and looter, or loot and shooter, and it was just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we are going to talk about the Dr. Sleep trailer.
Yes, I showed Mr. Fish.
Okay, you did show Mr. Fish.
Yes.
You don't know Dr. Sleep is the sequel to The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer looked interesting. I haven't read the book.
Yeah,
it's got Ewan McGregor in it, so a lot of
memes.
Is it Ewan?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan.
Mm-hmm. My mom's like loved him since I was a kid, so I know that.
But it there was like cult like things in the trailer where like
all the people surrounding the kid.
The people surrounding the kid in the woods, and the kid had the Shining, and they were like, oh, you know, they were trying to get his Shining. That was interesting.
Because the little girl in the trailer, she's like, "Oh, I have the same power as you."
Yeah,
so it's like The Shining is like that power,
and like you see the red rum in the mirror.
I was about to say,
cool.
you know, everyone freaked out when that was there.
Yeah. The other thing that's very interesting about this is that all the Shining shots, there's shots from The Shining in the trailer, but it's all recreated. It's not the original Shining shots; it's all recreated. So Mike Flanagan, the director, you know, recreated these shots of The Shining, which look really cool.
Yeah, like the woman in the bathtub.
Yeah, and the twins in the hallway looks very fucking creepy. Yeah, and then the end of the trailer, they didn't show that much, but the end of the trailer with the Shining music. Dun, 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 dun. I mean,
yeah, the original Shining's great. I'm hoping this one's going to be just as iconic.
I completely trust Mike Flanagan. He's a Towson alumni, if you guys didn't know that. He's a director. He went to Towson.
That's pretty cool.
He did Haunting of Hill House, which is a TV series that blew up. He did Gerald's Game, which is another Stephen King adaptation, which is on Netflix.
I think I've heard of that.
Check out. That's really good adaptation. He did Ouija Origin of Evil, which is Ouija 2. And that was really good.
Was it?
Ouija 2 was good. He did Hush, which is a home invasion movie with the deaf girl.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's a Blumhouse.
He did, Oculus, which with the mirror, that was... So I'm super pumped. This comes out on October 31st, I think.
Yeah, that should be exciting.
So there's 3 Stephen King movies this year. Pet Sematary, which was We got It 2 in September, and then we got Dr. Sleep in October.
Yeah, both those will be good.
Yeah.
Makes you want to nut.
I'm gonna nut. I'm gonna nut right now, and you can't stop me.
All right, don't.
You can't stop me. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna come live. All right.
Let me come live.
Last thing for today is cringy-ass video. This family, this 18-year-old kid and this 6-year-old get trapped in the elevator, and this family makes a video of them, like, trying to get them out. They're, like, freaking out. They're like, oh, my God, the staff isn't doing anything. Like, and this is some island. I forget which one it was, but this is not in the United States. So
right.
It's a United States family going overseas to, like, some resort. So now we will watch the video.
When you come
trying to break in.
One more off. The elevator gets stuck. I'm recording this and I'm posting this.
I'm posting this.
You know a sign of a cunt when they fucking say that starting it.
Yeah, we have to pull the fire alarm.
Watch, there's an employee that comes by.
Every fire alarm possible.
Pull every fire alarm.
Pull every fire alarm. Go, break it. There's no cameras, right?
There's no cameras, right?
How do you break it?
Good thing they're recording this.
They don't know how to pull the fucking fire alarm.
Come on, guys. Next one up might be.
Like, it's understandable to be panicked, but, like, be this dumb about it.
Kids. We've been having problems with you fucking people. Fuck off.
That was an employee to an employee.
Come on. Yeah, you stand there. Don't. She just stands there. She just stands there. We're fucking. She's just standing there. And he's just standing there. Come on, bust it open. Come on. Mikey was doing it. Go. It's being recorded, too. See, he's just standing there watching us. This is he works for the Royalton, just to let you know. This is how we have to do it.
It's funny is he probably doesn't know how to speak English.
Yeah.
They're not in America.
Who cares? Who cares? They're not doing nothing. Look at this. Look, he's just standing there. Go.
So trashy.
Should we wait for the
Maintenance man? Maybe we wait for the maintenance man?
No, we pull.
Be careful. Maintenance are coming. Maintenance are coming to take care of this.
They're right here.
Yeah, they are there.
Right.
white trash?
Yeah.
So where are they?
Notice the tramp stamp on that bitch?
Go, do it. Do it.
No. Watch out, they're right there. They're right there. I just broke this fucking door, pussies. What? Get me out of this fucking thing.
We were trying.
That's a guy in the elevator.
Get Phoebe.
This is a fucking bullshit. Fucking you guys. I'll fucking tell you. You understand?
What the fuck was that?
So let's break that down.
What?
This fucking family
Where did you find that?
on Cringe Reddit. They apparently they're not getting them out fast enough. The maintenance man isn't coming fast enough. So they go on their own vigilante justice. They're pulling fire alarms to try to get their fucking 18-year-old son out and their like kid. The fucking 18-year-old at the end is like whining like a bitch.
Yeah.
They were in there for like 10 minutes. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah, I was in there for 10 minutes. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, I saw in the comments like people saying that guy who is waiting there outside the elevator, he could get sued if he tries to open the fucking elevator and get them out and something bad happens when he's not qualified to do that. So, in the woman, when they were going up the stairs, she was like, help is coming. And they're like, oh, fuck you. We've had problems with you people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Impatient, trashy ass fucking people.
I don't know what country that was.
It was overseas, but yeah, I mean,
again, when you hear, "Oh, I'm recording this," like,
you know they're gonna be trying to like fucking start shit,
and they're gonna ultimately look bad and make the other people not look that bad.
But the dude coming out, he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you!" Like he's freaking out in the elevator. There's literally a kid in the elevator. He should be like consoling the kid. Yeah. Like that poor kid thinks that they're gonna like fucking blow up in the elevator. You know,
this man's like ready to fight the fucking elevator.
Yeah, like. You wait for the maintenance man because, they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
That was the other thing, too. People in the thread were saying, if you come out, if you pry open the doors and you come out of the elevator, if the elevator starts again, you're going to get fucking sliced in half.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true.
So that's what they were saying. It was just dumb. What the fuck? Like, I really hope they were like charged for the damages to that elevator because that would just
they ripped that joint open, dude.
they fucking ripped that.
Power of the people.
They fucking pried that shit up. I mean, that was just
daily dose of cringe.
It's Jesus cringe, Christ. But it's also like, why are these fucking people
cringe.
Exist?
Yeah, that's more than cringe. True. That was extra cringe.
Yeah.
Christ.
So that's all for this week of My Wife Left Me podcast. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WifeLeftMePod. On YouTube, My Wife Left Me Podcast. Sean?
Yep, you can follow me at Twitch. My name is AnAbusiveYeti.
You struggled so hard to do that. Why?
He's like that guy at the fucking E3.
All right, just bad.
We're not gonna let this man finish.
We light this man up. We just light this man up.
You lit him up. Follow me on.
I'm done.
You follow me on Instagram at MrStarfish, also on Twitter at MrStarfish. We will be bullying Sean, the man in orange, more on both of those accounts, as well as the My Wife Left Me podcast
every day
on Instagram.
He was literally Porky the Pig.
That's all, folks.
Follow me on Twitter.
He just doesn't give a fuck about you, dude. Jesus Christ.
You can follow me on Twitter at KevGordy, Instagram Kevin.Gordy, Twitch Vybranium with a Y, VY. And that's it for this week. Last thoughts. We'll be in OC soon.
Meet me at the London. If you find time, we can run one. Talk about some things we can undo. You just in the pen, I can find you. 6'1" on the money, 9'2". You just say the word and I run through. 2 texts, no reply, that's when I knew. Yeah, circumnavigate the globe as the cash grows. Get a nigga whack like you get the grass mowed. I'm talking slick when I'm with the big slime, nigga. Could hit your bitch, you can never hit mine, nigga. In my DM, they electric slide, nigga. No catfishing, this is not a fish fry, nigga. Never switch sides on my dog. Catch a contact, hit your ride, go to Mars. Everybody say, how could you come about your face and say I ain't the hardest nigga you'd have never heard? I left off like a rapper's dead and bird. A verse for me is like 11 birds. Just did the math, it's like $2,000 every word. I'm on the purge, I beat the church. I killed some niggas and I walked away from it. Then I observed just how you curved and told a nigga that they gotta wait for it. I know you ain't hot demand. I'm ballin' on them pussy nigga like you want a man. I'm drowning all inside the pussy like I never swam. Hey, fuck your IG, I put something on your sonogram. I'm the man. Hey. Meet me at the London. If you find time, we can run one. Talk about some things we can undo. You just in the pen, I can find you. 6'1" on the money, 9'2". You just say the word and I run through. 2 texts, no reply, that's when I knew, yeah, I knew.
Talk, church talk, I can make a brick walk. Up north, down south, Bankhead to Rachel walk. Hit it with a little water, stretch it like a vocal cord. STD, I run my ward, fuck a fed and his daughter. I'm a rented compound, I supply the cigarettes and bread. I got a main and she gon' ride. She took a quarter and she fled. I'm in the lamb so she gon' ride. I see the pain and shot it like bronze. I'm at the London with some big thighs. No fries, she eat steaks with the fish size. Then your mama tell you when something on fire, stop driving road. Yeah. I been on the road like a pair of spinners and stop and goes. Yeah, I can charge him like a Dodge and a demon. Got your broad in the garage eating semen. Every time a nigga go back to the ward, niggas act like they won't start and we leave them on a semen.
Meet me at the London. If you find time, we can run one. Talk about some things we can undo. You just in the pen, I can find you. 6'1" on the money, 9'2". You just say the word and I run through. 2 texts, no reply, that's when I knew, yeah, I knew. I ain't crush down with your money. 44 times, we won't play. 4